Alright everyone, now today we're starting this at night when it's raining, and that's kind of nice, and it's also kind of nice since I've gotten these two tridents. Yeah, so basically it was very warm past 2 days and I didn't feel like recording, but I could still play, whilst the window was open. And I don't want the window open because like if people in my neighbourhood are playing copyrighted music, I can't have that in the video, so yeah. Basically, what I did was I enchanted these two tridents, which I believe I mentioned I got, in previous episodes. And yeah, it's all very nice. Riptide, in the rain. Yeah, probably shouldn't do that if you don't have an elytra. But if I do have an elytra, control fire. And one thing I want to build is something I've built before. And it's a water elevator. Yeah, up to the sky height, and it'll all be very, very nice. Yeah. And I believe I have enough glass for it. If I don't, then I guess I can always get more, shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, and slowly do it up there. But yeah, this should all be good, this should all be done, in a few minutes. And then, I'll tell you about the next thing which I want to do. Or at least, want to do maybe next episode, or maybe if we have time in this episode. But yeah, I'll see you then. So you may all notice that I'm building this in the dark when it's raining, and I didn't want to sleep, for this, and there's a very good reason why, And the main reason is, because, I got them tridents before, one of them had Riptide on them, and yeah, I tested it out before, and combine that with elytra in the rain. Wanted to kind of do that. However, as I soon realised later in this video, the rain stops, so yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I just continue to build this, and yeah. Not much else to really say here, but yeah, just continue to build this. At this point I realised that I'm at cloud level and realised, yeah, this is going to be very tall, it's going to go up to 320. It's basically a water elevator to the sky height. I built this in Season 1 and one time in Season 3 to get an achievement as well, I think. But yeah, basically, it's got to be good. I'm not going to build the cloud, which I usually build at the top as big, since this isn't really a thing which, I think is monumental compared to many other things. I can mainly focus on things like my bigger house, which is from mangrove wood, which I got from the mangrove swamp, and I went into the deep dark and got shit from there. Yeah, so it's kind of shit I focused on the wild update, or other grand kind of shite since it's the final season. So yeah, but I thought, hey, this is what I'm building anyways, because yeah, I think it will be very useful now that I've got the elytra to get around places if there are any future projects I want to do for the rest of this season. If I ever want to, travel far and collect some shit, I can do that. And yeah, later in this episode, it'll be very useful, for traveling far, because I'll actually, need to travel far. And also, this point where I'm like, oh shit, I've run out of glass in my inventory. Luckily, I had more in my shulker box, but yeah. Basically, I'd need this to travel afar for something else which I'm getting, so yeah, this is still very useful. And this is near to a point where I was coming back from being AFK. Well, I say AFK, I was kind of just plugging in my controller, and I also realised when I came back that the rain stopped. Therefore, I couldn't use the Riptide Trident to, travel through the rain faster with my elytra. However, I still continue to build because I was nearly at, the max height, and, was nearly ready to build, the clouds and, set up the water elevator and do all that shite, so can all be very good. But yeah, just keep on building. And this is the point where I decide for the last 3 blocks up, instead of using glass, I'm going to use white wool, because, to signify the cloud. Yeah, it's kind of the thing I'm doing, yeah. And I think it fits alright, because high in the sky, clouds, shites like that. But yeah, this isn't going to be that big compared to other clouds I've built when I've done this same project, in previous seasons. Yeah. But yeah, still going to be a nice cloud, still going to be made out of white wool, because I didn't want to make it out of white concrete, because concrete's hard and shite, and concrete powder, it falls. So I think white wool is still best thing to use, considering it's a soft material and it kind of feels appropriate for, building clouds and shite, Yeah, which I think is nice. And I'm coming up with a design here. I'm kind of thinking, do I want it to be like this? And I'm like, nah, just, make it more, smooth and shite, Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, yeah. And I also didn't want to do a complete square cloud. I know this is Minecraft and almost everything is cubed and square and shite. But yeah, didn't want to necessarily do that. But the most important thing now is, if I put everything away, is I put down the water bucket. Now, And now I just decide, I'm gonna get back down with my elytra, and I'm like, oh, do I want to do it now? Do I want to fly? Do I want to like press A to fly? And I just decide, yeah, press A when like I'm near to the ground, because I like to do risky shit like that, and it feels a lot smoother and a lot nicer, grab another water bucket, which is very nice, yeah. But decide to put, my elytra back away, and it's just real quick, decide, alright, so what else do I need? I need, to put all the glass away and put all the white wool away, because I don't need that anymore. One thing I do need is I need, one piece of soul sand, and yeah, it's all going to be useful. You may also notice I've got a lot of kelp in my inventory, which is going to be used to change the flowing water from one source block all into, each individual source block, so that the bubbles will go up, so that I will be pushed up from the soul sand, which activating. And one thing I do real quick is turn it to peaceful, so that when I'm doing this I don't drown, because I don't want to lose all my shit and lose all my levels. Even though I've got max enchanted shit, I still don't want to lose my levels. And of course, like if I lose all my shit, it'll be all the way to the top, and it's going to be very hard to get it all back. So yeah, it's best I just do this. But yeah, this is what I do for the next minute. Yeah, exciting footage. Alright, as you can see here, right at the top where, filled it all up with kelp, and I just decided, fuck it, turn it back to easy, I'm not going to drown now, since, all the bubbles will keep me from drowning. And what do I mean by bubbles? Well, you'll soon find out. And I do the exact same thing I did before, where, I like to do risky shit, but it still feels very smooth. Yeah, but I do hurt myself a bit there, but it's not like I took any damage. Yeah, I've got protection 4. And yeah, just decided to replace that piece of grass with soul sand. I don't even think I could have placed the kelp on, soul sand. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. But one thing I decided to do anyways, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, is I decided to put this one singular piece of dirt away. This one singular piece. I'm like, is there anything else I need? Well, there is one thing I decided to get, and that's these leads. And you'll soon figure out why for something else I'm going to do next in this episode. And yeah, I'm going to just walk over there, I was originally like, am I going to do it in this episode or next episode? I was like, I don't know. I guess it really depended on how long it took me to build this. But yeah, that's kind of what it was, like I was thinking, do I have enough time, and I'm like, yeah, I've got enough time, it's been like anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, and like I have enough time to go and get the thing I'm gonna get. But yeah, I'll tell you what that is when I go up here and I collect all the kelp. And for some reason, perfectionist me doesn't decide to deposit all the kelp for some fucking reason, but I decide I'm gonna go put it in a shulker box. Can't do that at max height. But yeah, one thing I did off camera, by the way, is I did a little bit of light exploring, and basically I found a mountain. And what's on mountains, you may ask? Well, goats. And what do goats drop when they ram into solid blocks? Goat horns. Which is one thing I tried to get at one point, off camera, but it didn't really work. So I thought, since I actually found a mountain and since I actually built this, I'm like, fuck it, let's go far and wide to find a mountain which actually spawns goats, which, it's a place where I can actually get some goat horns, can get them to ram in solid blocks. They also have to be natural solid blocks, so it can't be into cobblestone, it has to be like actual stone like that. And I think it actually has to be stone which is actually generated by, the world itself, and not stone placed by the player. That's as far as I know. Maybe it can be stone placed by the player, who knows. But yeah, as you can see, just fly so far. And luckily, since I play on Bedrock, even though on this channel that I do also play on Java, but yeah, I decided to do this on Bedrock because I like playing on my Xbox. Kind of like that shite. But yeah, the chunks load very smoothly, and I'm like, where is actually this mountain? I kind of forgot, but as you can see, I found a mountain right here. This isn't the same mountain I encountered, it's a little bit smaller, and I'm like, can I still find some goats on here? I take my chances and I decide to fly down right here, very smoothly, and take off my elytra. Yeah, there's also an igloo here, which, I decided to go into. I just saw my inventory there, but yeah, decided to go into this igloo, and I'm like, is there anything else in there? Even though, it's like, I've got endgame tier shit, and I don't really need, anything else from the igloo, like just to cure a zombie villager. Yeah, I don't really need to do that. I've gotten like every achievement on Bedrock. But one thing I do want to find is just goats for the goat horns. Even though it's not an achievement, I just want to get it anyways, because I just do be like that sometimes, you know. I'm just like, I want to get everything from this update, you know. I showed the mangrove swamps and shit like that. I went into the deep dark twice, and I guess this is the last thing for me to properly do, you know. And then like I can do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, as you can see, I found a goat, and you know, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Well, you'll soon find out. So after chopping down a nearby tree, I decided to make some fences to trap the goat in so that I don't have to constantly lead the goat over, because yeah, that was kind of annoying, you know. At least still, there's some light in here so all of you lads can see what's going on, you can see the operation, yeah. And basically, goat will have nowhere else to ram except, you know, solid blocks, you know, not really much dirt which the goat can ram into, so it's like I'd always get, you know, the goat to ram into stone, and you know, there'd always be a chance that I'd get the goat horns, you know, that's kind of what it'll be. But yeah, as you can see, just mine it out here. I also realised I'm mining with my silk touch and not fortune. I guess that's, you know, just kind of to get, you know, the stone here, you know. And yeah, stole this bed from the igloo, which I decided to sleep in so that it's daytime. So it's all lighter for you lads and shite. But yeah, I just basically, I'm waiting for the goat, you know. This point I'm just standing here. Yeah, not really much. So just decide to keep on digging and digging and digging and digging. And whilst digging, you know, goat just randomly ran into the wall, and I managed to get a Seek goat horn, which is the goat horn which plays the pillager raid. I know you guys can't hear it, but I can hear it. That's what matters, and you know that it's what specific type of goat horn it is, you know. And I'm like, they've also got another goat horn, you know, still on them, and I'm like, I want to get another one, so I try and get that. As you can see right here, goat, you know, ram into the wall again, and I got another goat horn, with still another Seek goat horn, which is the pillager raid goat horn. See, I don't know if you lads can hear this. I think the game audio is turned down. I think, you know, in these videos I should really turn the game audio up if I'm doing this. But yeah, as you can see, you know, I decided to use it twice. They're literally the same fucking goat horn. I was thinking I'd get, you know, different type of goat horns, like the dream goat horn. Not that kind of dream who, you know, cheated on speed runs, you know. I don't hate him. I'm not overly obsessed with him either, you know, I'm not Stan. But yeah, I just decided to place the fences back, and I'm like, fuck it. I'll go home now, you know. I can't really get, you know, another fucking, you know, goat on from that goat, and I can't be asked to find another goat. So yeah, let's just go home, you know, fly all the way back with my 2 goat horns. So I can successfully say that this has been a very good video with a very useful project and a very successful journey. So see you lads.